Hello there, this is Gwyneth on a fabulous Feel Good Friday, helping you to feel fabulous, helping you to feel good about being you. And as you know, in these Friday videos, I tend to talk a little more about you, the human being in general, as opposed to business or job specific. And today I want to talk about you slowing down to go faster, which is completely counterintuitive, doesn't make sense, but it's really, really important. I want to talk about your brain waves. The first type of brainwave, or the shortest and the fastest type of brainwave that we have are the beta brainwaves, and they really are. They're very short, they're very fast, and we spend a lot of our waking state in beta, so to speak. After beta, you have got alpha. Alpha is a little bit more about relaxation. That's where some people, if they just take a few breaths and they just kind of calm down, the alpha brain waves, they're a little bit slower, a little bit longer, and they help you to relax a little bit. Then after that, you have the theta brainwaves. Now the theta brainwaves are fantastic. They're even longer, even slower. And I don't know if you've ever heard about people who put headphones on at night when they're trying to learn a new language, or they want to learn some new information. That's when the theta brainwaves, it's kind of the pre-sleep or the waking state. They're very much slower, very much longer, also associated with REM, that sleeping state. And then finally we have delta. The delta brainwaves are the slowest, or the longest of all the brainwaves, and that's when you go into a very deep sleep when you wake up feeling absolutely fabulous. Now, what do your brainwaves have to do with you slowing down to go faster? Well, I want you to think about a car, because this analogy that I just read about recently, I'm like, yep, that's absolutely it. If you get into a car and you go into first gear, very soon the engine is going to be straining, and you change up a gear and the revs in the engine go down and you can go a bit faster, and then you have to change up another gear, the revs go down further and you can go even faster. And potentially, depending on what type of car you're driving, and it doesn't matter if it's automatic or if it's gear shift, stick shift, whatever, by the time you get into fourth or fifth gear, the revs are really quite low, but you're potentially going really, really fast. Now, what humans tend to do is we tend to spend most of our waking hours in beta. Okay, very short, very fast, but it's the same as being in first gear when you are driving. If you stay in first gear all day, eventually you're going to wear yourself out. You get very stressed, you get tired. It's just like trying to drive, I don't know how far, 70 or 80 or 100 kilometers an hour in first gear. At some point, you're just going to damage the engine. It will blow up. The oil will be too hot. It will overheat. It just all go horribly wrong. But that's what we're doing to ourselves every day by staying in this constant state of what's happening and to-do lists, and pick up the telephone and trying to keep the kids happy, making the dinner, looking at your screen. Oh, crikey, I've missed a meeting, deadlines. It's beta, beta, beta all the way. You are going to wear yourself out. Now, the alpha, when you kind of maybe stop once an hour, and by the way, if you're not doing that, please start today, just stopping once an hour and taking a few deep breaths. There are some fabulous apps. Something I also discovered recently is something, well, you can find it yourself, but it's a Tibetan bell sound on your computer, and you can set it to sound every hour, or on your telephone, just to remind you to stop and take a few deep breaths in through the mouth and out through the mouth, just to relax a bit better. But the theta brainwaves, this is where we can introduce change. Because the theta brainwaves create space, you are creating space to learn, to change your behavior, to potentially, calm down a bit further. And the best way of getting to that state in a conscious way is to meditate. Now, for some of you, I'll be sounding like a broken record, but honestly, the more we learn about meditation, quite apart from getting the oxygen into your brain and into your body so that you function better, getting into a meditative state so that you've got those theta brain waves, long, lovely, slow theta brain waves, It stops the chatter that's going on that you hear in your beta state, and it allows creativity, it allows intuition, it allows solutions. If you've never meditated before, just start off by doing it for 5-6 minutes. Focus on, I don't know, your nose or a space in the room. Breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth. You will find that your mind goes off because it's a habit of, oh, I've got to be doing this and I've got to be doing that. Just bring yourself back to your breathing. And over time, increase, the number of minutes. 15 minutes is fantastic. If you can increase up to 30, even better. Because what you will find is, just as with a car, when you shift up a gear and the revs are lower, you are going faster, you will find that you can focus better, that you can manage your emotional state better, that you can manage with stress and uncertainty and all of those things much better. So the more you can do, kind of get into the theta state, which is best really through meditation, you will find, like I say, that life just looks a little bit different. Now, you may be saying to me, Gwyneth, but the problems aren't going to go away and I can't do this. And you're right. As long as you are in beta, as soon as you come back into the short, sharp way of thinking and what's going on in your brain, the chatter, of course, it's going to start. It's never going to stop in your kind of waking everyday state. But if you can give yourself time to relax and just come down for 10 or 15 minutes a day, you will, like I say, you will be able to better manage those problems, those negativities, those uncertainties, and those fears, because you've given your brain the space to kind of process everything, so that you do feel better. So the imposter syndrome, the thing that says, oh no, I shouldn't apply for the job, and all of that negative chit chat, you know what I mean? That will never go away as long as you carry on in your beta state every single day. But if you can bring yourself down, if you can shift up a gear and let the revs go down, and you're giving more space, eventually you will go faster. So that's it for me on this fabulous Feel Good Friday. One thing I'm also training myself to do is to speak more slowly, because I find that in a lot of my videos I want to get the information out so quickly that I'm talking really fast. And I've also found that by speaking more slowly, it's helpful to me and it's potentially helpful to you as well. As I already mentioned, have a fabulous Feel Good Friday. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay fabulous. Until next time, loads of love and bye for now.